What is up, everyone, and welcome to the start of the My Team career mode. We are going to be racing with Big Guns Racing today at the Bahrain Grand Prix for the start of this brand new series. If you want to watch this series live, then we do stream it over on my Twitch channel. The link to that will be in the description. But without any further ado, let's head over to it and let's discuss what we have decided so far, because we're going to get straight into the racing. So our teammate for this season is going to be Callum Ilott, and we have got a more of a powerful engine and durability compared to the aerodynamics and chassis. So those are the parts that we're going to be looking at. And of course, if you want to see in more detail the stuff that we do behind the scenes in the My Team career mode, then let us know in the comment section below, and we can of course add that into future episodes. But you're seeing the starting grid at the moment. As always, with a My Team career mode, we haven't got the best of cars to start with. We are fighting with the likes of Haas, Williams, and Alfa Romeo. So we're going to be right down at the bottom of the grid for this race. But with strategy in Bahrain, a lot of the other AI drivers like to do a two-stop strategy, but the one-stopper is possible. So that is what we're going to be trying to attempt here today, as we're starting way down in 20th position. Not a good qualifying session for myself, but there we go. Medium to softs. That is going to be the ideal strategy for us here today, as we are getting ready for the race of the Bahrain Grand Prix, ending the formation lap, lining up behind our teammate Callum Ilott in this beautiful mustardy yellow and black car. As the lights are coming on now, we get a 5 red lights here in Bahrain, and it is lights out, and away we go as we run down in towards turn 1. A terrible start from us, a lot of wheel spin off the rears, and we actually dropped down into last position, but heading down in towards turn 1 now. Early on the brakes, just trying to take it nice and cautiously as we go side by side with a Williams of Latifi. Doesn't give me a lot of room on the inside there, and we have to be really cautious on the exit of turn 2. Bottas has actually spun. He was on pole position. He is now all the way at the back of the grid. Not too sure what has happened between Valtteri Bottas and the other leaders, but unfortunately for him, he is now at the back. We're fighting with Mazepin for 20th position. Mazepin just has a little look at the inside there. Very late move from him, but we did manage to react to it and give him enough room, and luckily no damage between the two of us. But now we're right on the back of Nicholas Latifi. We need to start to work our way back through the field. Of course, we're going to have the better tyres later on in the race with the one-stop strategy and taking one less pit stop. But of course, we would love to get as many positions done as we possibly can. So we're on the back of Nicholas Latifi now, heading down into the final corner. And hopefully we are going to have the straight line speed. We know the power unit is good. We've actually got a Ferrari power unit in the back of the car, which is the best power unit on the game. As we're following closely behind Nicholas Latifi, we're going to move over to the inside line and try and be late on the brakes than him. Down in towards turn 1. Looks like we are, and we just got to make sure we avoid Mick Schumacher in the Haas car ahead, because we don't want to tag him. We have got simulation damage on in this career mode. So one little touch, and that's game over for us. That's game over. We know how fragile the wing is, as we are chasing down Mick Schumacher at the moment on the start-finish straight. Can we get Mick Schumacher all the way down in towards turn 1? Ferrari power versus Ferrari power here in towards the first corner. We've got to go round the outside. Unlike Latifi, we had the inside line. Schumacher very close to Callum Ilott there, but we get it around the outside, get the inside line for turn 2, and then through turn 3, and we are up into 18th position now, and behind our teammate of Callum Ilott. So let's see what we can do against the fellow Brit here in the car. There's no team orders in the F1 2021 game, so if we want to overtake Callum Ilott, then we're going to have to do it out on track. It's Daniel Ricciardo.
Is that going to be a safety car? Will that be a safety car? I don't think so, because it probably would have been pulled out by now. But Daniel Ricciardo now out of the race.
There you go then, Daniel Ricciardo out of today's race for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And that moves us up to 17th position, so we'll take it as an extra free position. Obviously, the closer we can get to the points is going to mainly be, as we lose the back end massively there. It was a good save, in all fairness, to keep it out of the barrier from the left-hand side, but unfortunately, it means that Mick Schumacher has got past us. Now Latifi is having a look up the inside. He's now going side by side with Mick Schumacher. Nothing I could really do there, but we get the inside line through turn 2. Sort of squeeze him out on the outside for the inside turn of turn 3. And there we go, moving back up into 18th position. But now we've got Valtteri Bottas right on our tail. Now, we don't really need to fight Bottas too much. He's in a Merc. He's in a much more superior car, so it's going to be a fairly easy overtake for Valtteri Bottas. We're just going to sit behind, but we sort of get it later on the brakes than him, which is quite surprising because Latifi and Schumacher have been very late on the brakes so far, and we actually get the job done on the exit of turn 1 and 2. Bottas going for it again. I don't want to fight him, yet he is insisting on trying to have a fight for me. He holds it through turn 4 there, just holding off, not going for the overtake just yet, and again still struggling behind me. Now goes for an overtake into the final corner. Again, I don't want any of this. I want him to just get a simple overtake on me. He can then go catch up to the other two, hold those two up, and then maybe I can find a cheeky little move later on in the race. We cut ahead to lap 8 now. I've got Charles Leclerc behind us. The same situation again. I don't want to fight any of the drivers that are on the 2-stop strategy because it's just going to hold us up. Our fight isn't with the front runners. Our fight is with the guys who are on the edge of points. If we can score points in our first race, that is absolutely massive as we nearly go into the back of Charles Leclerc there.
I'm just gonna back off. Let them fight. Oh, Gasly wants him to get involved as well. There's so many drivers to look out for.
This was such a crucial part of the race. We've got so many fast drivers around us. Leclerc's ahead, Bottas is ahead, Gasly's behind, Sainz is behind. All of them wanting to get past me as soon as possible, whilst I'm having a little battle here with Mick Schumacher as well. So it's not like I can just let them through because I want to get past Mick Schumacher. I want to try and be a bit cheeky and try and overtake him and follow one of the other drivers through. Sainz has got past me now, and now we're going to be hunting down Mick Schumacher. We've got the DRS. He's going to be struggling a little bit. He's on the outside line through turn 1. They're actually going 3 wide down in towards turn 1. We're going to take this cautiously, go for a cutback move, but then they slow down a little bit too much for us. We get the slightest of damage on the right-hand side of our front wing, and I thought that maybe we could stay out. Maybe it won't affect us, but if you're going to see through the next couple of corners, it just, especially through here, we have no turning through this right-hand corner. Mick Schumacher's so much quicker, and unfortunately, we are going to have to come into the pits, and we're going to have to turn this one-stop strategy into a 2-stopper. We have got to be lightning quick if we want any chance of getting a good result here today. It's still possible. I do think that we do have the pace in this race to get a banging result out of it, but we're going to have to get a front wing change, new set of tyres, but a safety car could easily change anything. All it takes is one safety car. We are right on the back of everybody else. But we're now down in net last position. Of course, Daniel Ricciardo is in 22nd because he got that DNF earlier on in the race. But now we're going to be trying to catch up to maybe Kimi Raikkonen. We've got Lando Norris ahead. Mazepin, as we get a warning for exceeding track limits there. That's our first warning out on track. And now heading down the start-finish straight as everybody is coming into the pit. So these guys, obviously, we're going to get close to them now and jump a few of them as well. But remember, they don't have to pit again. We do. The guys that started on the mediums, they're going to the hards.
Now in the pits, as is Mick Schumacher. Are we going to get them? I think we are. As Latifi having a very slow pit stop. The Haas gets past, but we get past both of them. Beautiful.
There we go, beautifully done. We are past Mick Schumacher, we're past Latifi with that earlier pit stop, and now we just really need to gun it on these soft tyres as we're hunting down our teammate Callum Ilott. Annoyingly, I wish team orders would be on the game at this stage because we are on a completely different strategy compared to Callum Ilott, but luckily we have the straight line speed advantage with the DRS, burning ERS as well, and it's a fairly simple move down in towards turn 1.
As we got, oh, Ilott, no! What have you done? Ilott's had a spinala. Or has he just retired? What has happened to our teammate? Callum, no. Callum, what's happened? Oh, he just got on the throttle. Callum, no. Oh, Callum.
There we go then, a big mistake from my teammate Callum Ilott, just getting on the throttle a little bit too early, pushing it down a lot, and just the back end completely went on my teammate, which is going to drop him a lot of positions, which means it's now up to me to get the better result over the Hasses and the Williams at the end of this race. We're now catching up to Antonio Giovinazzi as we go through this fast section at the end of the lap. Right behind him, you really have to lift off through this corner, otherwise in the dirty air you are going to just slingshot your car around. And look at that, a beautiful move right around the outside of that right hander. Not too sure what Giovinazzi was doing, why he was going so slowly, but maybe it's just the superior grip that we have right now on the soft tyres, and that is a brilliant move right around the outside of Giovinazzi, and we move ourselves up into P12 for this race. Annoyingly, we are on the edge of the points. However, we've got to make this other pit stop. We've got to make a pit stop. Those soft tyres would not last till the end. So back in the pits once again, onto a fresh set of soft tyres as I take a little sip of a drink there. Got to stay hydrated.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're going to lose out to these two, but not by much. We can do this.
But now we are down in 20th position. We're actually ahead of Giovinazzi, so we must have some sort of wing damage at some point in that race. So now we're going to be catching up to Mazepin, Ilott, Schumacher, Latifi, and maybe even Kimi Raikkonen. But we need to get these overtakes done as soon as possible. We've not got long left in this race. We're right behind Nikita as we're going to go right at the inside in towards this left-hander. Late on the brakes. And we hit the apex perfectly, run out the wide, perfectly on the corner, don't over-exceed our track limits, and we move up into 19th position. Now hunting down Callum Ilott here for P18. Sebastian Vettel out of the race now, down in towards turn 1, so we need to get the job done before we reach the yellow flag zone, which thankfully we do, so we don't have to give that position back. And there we go with Sebastian Vettel's retirement. That is now P17, which meant had we not had to pit, we would have been running in about P11, P10 right now, which is really, really frustrating. What could have been in this race? But nevertheless, we've got to just use the cards that we have been dealt with after getting that front wing damage. And now we go on the attack of Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. These two quite close together. If we can get past them quickly, maybe we can get Kimi Raikkonen. He's currently going down in towards turn 1, but that is going to be a tough ask, especially with only 3 laps left to go. But here we go. Having a look up the inside. Can't quite do it. So going around the outside now. No, Schumacher straight into the back of Nicholas Latifi. That is definitely going to be front wing damage for the Haas man. But it's an easy overtake for us. So that moves us up into P16. Nicholas Latifi now in P15 is who we are hunting down. So we're going to see whether we can do anything here on lap 27, start at lap 28. We've obviously got DRS. It's going to be a fairly simple move once again, burning the ERS. We're actually quite low on ERS at this point. We've really been pushing the last couple of laps to make sure we get past Latifi, get past Mazepin, and maybe even catch up to Kimi Raikkonen. But unfortunately, Raikkonen was just a little bit too quick at the end of that race there. Max Verstappen wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Obviously, he didn't do it in real life, but he does manage to do it here in our 2021 My Team season. We're going to come home for a, quite respectful P15. I think it's a good result at the end of the day. We've got a pretty crappy car at the end of the day. So, we just got to get on with it, try and get good results. And I think a P15, especially on the 2-stop after that front wing damage, it could have been better. I think looking at where George Russell finished in the race, I feel like we could have finished around where he was. And with Lando Norris and Valtteri Bottas having to do 3 stops. Bottas doing 3 and Russell I think was doing 2. Oh no, Bottas did 1 stop. Okay, but Bottas still coming back through the field. So with those guys on that strategy, I feel like maybe I could have got a points finish, but we're just going to have to wait, hopefully, for later on this season until then. But if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more of this My Team content. And if you want to check out all of this stuff live, then check out my Twitch channel over in the link in the description. But until next time, guys, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.